legend continues.
Welcome back to BitCrush, where we don't just play games, we survive them, rant about them, and drag our friends down with us. Today we're diving headfirst into FromSoftware's latest gift to masochists everywhere, Elden Ring NightReign. It's everything you love about Soulsborne games, only now you can suffer together in roguelike co-op glory. I've been begging for this since my first chaotic online co-op in Demon's Souls on PS3. I love soloing Souls games, sure, exploring, hoarding weapons, and face-planting into bosses until I win by sheer spite. But you know what's even better? Grabbing a couple of friends and tag-teaming our way through existential dread. And NightReign finally gets it. No weird summoning stones, no disconnections, no returning to your world nonsense. Just pure, seamless carnage with your favorite idiots. Old Soulsborne titles always felt like they tolerated co-op. Bosses didn't scale well, enemies didn't know who to hit, and half the time the second player just stood there watching the host get wrecked. Mods helped. Seamless co-op was a beautiful band-aid. Miyazaki even said it inspired him. But this is built from the ground up to be played with others. These bosses aren't confused by your squad. They expect it, and they will happily beat the crap out of all of you at once. No more taking turns trading aggro like a sad MMO. If you're not coordinated, you're dead. It's glorious. Let's be real up front. NightReign is not Elden Ring 2. It's not a 100-hour solo RPG with side quests and lore books. It's a session-based co-op roguelike with soul-style combat and just enough jank to make you question your reflexes. You pick a class, drop into a run, and everything resets between sessions, except your relics, permanent buffs that stack as you suffer. It's like leveling up PTSD. You want the core Souls combat with more speed and more chaos? It's here. Want to recreate the experience of learning bosses through trial and hilarious error with your buddies? Also here. But if you're looking for another 100-hour story-driven epic with a silent protagonist and NPCs who whisper at walls, this ain't it. Graphically, it looks like Elden Ring, and that's a compliment. Beautiful decay, foggy ruins, nightmare creatures with too many limbs, you know, the usual FromSoftware starter pack. It ran like a dream on my rig, RX 7900 XTX for the nerds keeping score, but your experience may vary depending on whether your graphics card was forged in 2022 or 2009. Sound-wise, it slaps. Weapons crash, monsters scream, and the soundtrack goes hard when it needs to. Is it as extensive as base Elden Rings? No, but for a game that revolves around short, intense runs, what's here is high quality. The story in NightReign isn't dumped on you in a 3-hour cutscene. You get fragments of narrative through remembrances, memories unlocked after using specific characters in runs. It's very FromSoft, cryptic, moody, and probably traumatizing if you think too hard. Each class, or Nightfare, is a pre-made character with their own tragic backstory, slowly unveiled through eerie dream sequences and cryptic NPC chats in the hub world, Nighthold. The Guardian's story, deep and noble. The Revenant, straight up disturbing. You won't get a full novel here, but the bite-sized storytelling hits hard, especially when it starts affecting gameplay. Alright, let's talk guts. Gameplay guts. The combat in NightReign takes the precise brutality of Souls games and turns the dial to group nightmare. Every animation feels responsive but weighty, like swinging a cursed axe through molasses made of sorrow. You've got 6 Nightfares to choose from, each with a distinct playstyle. Guardian, Whisper, Revenant, Thorn, Widow, and Drowned. These aren't your blank slate builds. They're fixed characters with lore, quirks, and a tragic backstory pre-installed. One is a ghost hacker. Another is basically Angry Moss. It's weird and it's great. Each one comes with a unique relic. Think permanent power-up tree meets cursed family heirloom. These relics evolve as you play, mutating into monstrous builds that can either carry a team or doom it with friendly fire. You can specialize into tanky juggernaut, glass cannon, or a backline support who buffs teammates and screams internally. Combat-wise, it's glorious chaos. Dodges are tight, parries are lethal, and weapon feel is 10-10. Blades crunch, magic pops, and even bows don't feel like sad noodles. Better yet, friendly fire is on by default, which means you'll learn very fast who in your squad has impulse control issues. Team dynamics are everything. You'll rely on revives, coordinated aggro swaps, and even shared healing zones. There's no lone wolf here. Go off solo, and you'll be mobbed by spectral chickens or cursed furniture faster than you can scream, "Wait up!" This isn't just combat with friends, it's combat that demands friends, and the ability to forgive them for setting you on fire. FromSoftware has always treated world design like a twisted form of poetry. And NightReign? It's haiku written in blood and fog. Each run drops you into procedurally generated biomes that feel handcrafted, like they were built to ruin your day with love. You'll see haunted cities overgrown with roots that pulse, frozen cathedrals filled with spectral choirs, and swamps so cursed they make Blighttown look like a spa retreat. The game doesn't hold your hand. There are no glowing arrows or mini-maps. You and your squad navigate by pure instinct, shared trauma, and the occasional wrong turn into a death trap. It's delicious. There's also verticality, and not the kind where you just fall and die. I mean real multi-layered environments that let you flank, ambush, or just jump off cliffs in style. Ladders creak, ledges collapse, and shortcuts are discovered through panic. Environmental storytelling is alive and well. Skeletons huddled in corners, symbols etched into rusted iron gates, entire battlegrounds frozen mid-slaughter. You're not just playing the level, you're piecing together a catastrophe. And because this is NightReign, some levels respond to your class. The Widow sees paths others can't. The Revenant hears whispers that guide or mislead. It adds replay value, sure, but more importantly, it fuels that sweet lore obsession we all pretend we don't have. This world isn't open, it's layered. Each biome is a box of horrors that reshuffles every run, but always leaves a trail of breadcrumbs soaked in mood. FromSoft didn't just give us more ruins to run through, they made those ruins personal. Now, let's talk about the meat grinders, the bosses, the bread and butter of any FromSoft nightmare. NightReign delivers bosses that don't just challenge you, they taunt you. These aren't majestic orchestral duels with a tragic knight. These are bloodthirsty arena brawls where the boss is faster than your Wi-Fi and smarter than half your team. They come in all forms. A plague-ridden archbishop that vomits locusts mid-fight, a forest spirit that turns your own shadow against you, a floating harpist who attacks with sound waves, beauty, and absolute malice. And oh yes, they scale for co-op. No more cheesing with 3 summons while the boss forgets how to walk. Now, everyone gets a turn in the blender. Their move sets are designed to punish greed. You want to go for that extra swing? Dead. You tried to revive a teammate without checking your corners? Double dead. They'll bait you, fake you out, and then phase shift into something worse. Because of course they do. Enemies aren't slouches either. The mob AI is dialed up, with some enemies literally coordinating to flank and corner you. Some explode, some heal each other, some burrow underground like guilt. Even standard trash mobs can ruin your whole rhythm if you get cocky. Best part? Every boss has variations. You might fight the Whispered Butcher in one run, and next time it's the Crimson Maw Butcher with different patterns and a flaming cleaver. This isn't just replayable. It's an arms race between you and your own emotional stability. Whether you're going solo or dragging 3 cursed souls with you, every fight demands precision, patience, and the occasional scream into a pillow. These aren't just enemies, they're tests, and failing them is part of the fun. So, you survived a few runs, didn't throw your keyboard, and maybe even killed something bigger than a goblin. What now? Welcome to NightReign's endgame loop, a delicate cocktail of slow burn progression and obsessive tinkering. While you can't alter your Nightfare's appearance, you can heavily customize their loadout and relic path. Think skill trees, but twisted. Some upgrades are pure buffs, others are curses wrapped in bonuses. Want more healing, but permanently lose 10% max health? Go ahead, you masochist. Between runs, you unlock new weapons, armor types, and modifiers back in Nighthold. Every upgrade feels earned. No handouts. If you want that flaming hammer of eternal regret, you better earn it by dying 14 times in a row while screaming. Progression is tied to your relics and memories. The more you use a Nightfare, the deeper their story and mechanics unfold. Some relics unlock entirely new abilities or change your role in the squad, like turning a tank into a fire-spitting berserker with no friends left. Replay value? Sky high. Randomized levels, variant bosses, shifting enemy placements, and unique team synergies mean no two runs feel the same. One run, you're flying through dungeons like gods. Next run, you're face down in swamp water because Kyle tried to parry a tree. Plus, FromSoft has promised seasonal events, rotating modifiers, and potential DLC expansions with new Nightfares, zones, and lore arcs. It's the gift that keeps on punishing. So yeah, this isn't a game you just beat. It's one you marry, and then fight with, and then make up with over new builds and shared trauma. Alright, let's talk nerd specs and playable chaos. Performance-wise, surprisingly stable. I ran this beast on an RX 7900 XTX paired with a Ryzen 9 7900X and 32GB of RAM, and it was smoother than a parry on the final frame. No crashes, minimal stutters, and load times that didn't make me question my life choices. FromSoftware finally seems to understand PC players don't want to run games like they're defusing bombs. On consoles, the game holds up. PS5 and Xbox Series X handle it with aplomb. 60 FPS most of the time, crisp visuals, and the kind of texture fidelity that makes you notice just how unsettling moss can look when it's haunted. Series S? A few frame dips here and there, but still totally playable if you're not a snob. Graphical settings on PC are generous. Foliage density, ambient occlusion, depth of field, the whole buffet. And the game doesn't punish you for turning things down. You can go performance mode without making it look like a 2007 tech demo. Nice. Now accessibility, the long overdue part. NightReign steps up. There are scalable UI options, colorblind filters, full remapping for both controller and keyboard, and multiple difficulty modifiers tied to relic loadouts. Need a slower combat pace? Equip a relic that buffs defense and slows time during parries. Want chaos? Equip one that increases loot drops, but also enemy aggro. Your call. Even better, the game includes real-time voice-to-text for co-op communication, perfect for cross-region teams or players with speech differences. There's also an optional auto-revive feature for solo players who just want to learn, not suffer endlessly. One weird omission? No adjustable font size for in-game lore text. Come on, FromSoft. We're trying to read tragic backstories here without squinting like mole people. Oh, and no microtransactions. Not one. Zero premium cosmetics, no XP boosters, no buy your way to power nonsense, just pain earned the honest way. In short, it runs well, it's respectful to your hardware, and it doesn't gatekeep its experience behind inaccessibility. For a game built on misery, NightReign makes sure it's a welcoming kind of misery. Let's end on a spicy note, because some people are going to walk into NightReign expecting the wrong game and rage quit harder than a parried Millennia. This is not Elden Ring 2. It's not even trying to be. If you expected a 150-hour open-world masterpiece with a gazillion weapons, dozens of endings, and Melina talking cryptically about Flame for 12 hours, nope, this isn't that. NightReign is tighter, meaner, and more focused. It's a roguelike, not an epic RPG. It's designed for sessions, not sprawling sagas. It thrives on replayability, not length. And it wants you to die. A lot. With friends. There's no horse, no vast open plains, no 700 collectible butterflies that unlock a secret boss. It's a curated hellscape built to be tackled repeatedly, like a co-op boss rush wrapped in lore and procedural carnage. Some fans won't like that. That's fine, but judging this game by Elden Ring standards is like comparing a chainsaw to a longsword. Both are tools of destruction. One's just messier and louder. But for the rest of us, the ones who crave challenge, who laugh in the face of failure, and who want to build cursed loadouts with their best friends while screaming through Discord, NightReign is a glorious descent into darkness. FromSoft took a risk. They broke their mold, and in doing so, they created a game that doesn't just continue the Souls legacy, it mutates it into something faster, wilder, and brutally unforgettable. So no, it's not the sequel you thought you wanted, but it might just be the co-op fever dream you never knew you needed. So, are you ready to die gloriously with your friends, scream into your mic, blame lag, and then queue up again like nothing happened? If Elden Ring NightReign sounds like your kind of emotional damage, drop a like, smash that subscribe button like it just one-shotted your tank, and tell us in the comments, which Nightfare would you absolutely main, and which one would you rage quit after one run? We've got more deep dives, roasts, and late-night existential breakdowns incoming, so hit that bell before it vanishes into fog. This is BitCrush, where games don't just crush your soul, they upgrade it.